Who would have thought that in 2019 we would see not one, but two movies being released a month apart from one another that both feature comic book characters named Captain Marvel. Okay, so one of them is actually called Shazam because of a trademark issue that goes back to the 1940s when the character was called Captain Marvel, and when that publishing company was acquired by DC Comics, they let the rights on the character name lapse, leaving Marvel open to create their own comic book character called Captain Marvel and retain the rights to this day. In any event, Shazam finds Asher Angel playing young Billy Batson, a teenage orphan boy living in Philadelphia who is charged to take on the powers of Shazam from an ancient wizard so that he can stop the 7 deadly sins from taking over the world with the aid of the villainous Dr. Savannah. For a movie I honestly didn't expect much from, Shazam is easily one of the most pleasant surprises to come out in the first quarter of 2019. The film fully embraces the idea of a 14-year-old boy becoming a superhero and establishes a tone that is both silly and realistic. The film acknowledges the other heroes of the DC Extended Universe, but has more than enough freedom to be its own thing, which is a much-needed change of pace compared to the idea of all superhero adaptations from a single company needing to build a grand mythology across multiple films. It takes a great deal of stress off of the audience and allows them to enjoy what is one of the most side-splitting, hilarious, and equally heartfelt comic book films to come out in recent memory. A lot of Shazam revolves around the friendship that develops between Billy and Freddie Freeman, one of the kids in the group home Billy is sent to early in the film. Freddie is obsessed with superheroes, so naturally, Billy turns to him to figure out how to test his newfound powers and ultimately what it takes to be a hero. This makes for some great set pieces between the characters, as we get a montage of powers training, as well as the struggles of finding a superhero name for Billy that doesn't sound completely lame. We also get to see Billy stumbling his way through most of his superhero exploits in the film, making for strong comedic beats that serve to enhance the story. At times, Mark Strong's performance as Dr. Savannah can come off a bit puzzling, but it's great to watch him do these grandiose monologues like your textbook comic book villain. They establish Dr. Savannah as a power-mad scientist, and it fits given the tone of the film. Once he gains the power of the 7 deadly sins, the film does a great job of establishing how much of a threat he is, and it plays into one of the great themes about Shazam in general, the whole idea of family. For all the cool visuals, action, and humor in Shazam, I was genuinely taken in by how strongly the film examines family as a concept. There's actually a great parallel between Billy and Dr. Savannah, as Billy is in this group home situation where he has to figure out whether all of these kids that he's not related to by blood can be the family that he's never really had, while Dr. Savannah has always had an extremely tenuous relationship with his biological family. It drives so much of the story of Shazam and gives it a surprising amount of emotional depth. There are confrontations in the film that are completely removed from all of the superhero trappings of the character that range from heartwarming to heartbreaking, and in one case, hilariously mean-spirited. Or mean-spiritedly hilarious, however you want to look at it. Shazam works so well because of the consistency of its tone, and its ability to know when to make that dramatic shift that feels earned and organic. It's drawing a lot of inspiration from family adventure films from the mid to late 80s and early 90s to give it a feeling of genuine nostalgia without being too overpowering, and the film still feels delightfully contemporary. It's endearing to younger audiences in a way that doesn't feel patronizing, and sometimes that can be a hard balance to strike. Zachary Levi helps this with his performance as Shazam, as he perfectly encapsulates the idea of a teenage boy in an adult superhero's body trying to figure things out, and his comedic timing works so well in this movie that it's an absolute joy to watch throughout. Shazam manages to balance action, humor, strong character development, and genuine drama in a way that feels natural and relatable. The whole family definitely needs to see this, so bring your kids, bring your nephews, bring your friends' kids, whatever you gotta do, definitely check out Shazam.